Taseer Badar was born in the city of Lahore in Pakistan. He is the youngest of 4 children. His father was a chemical engineer in Pakistan and his mother a nuclear medicine specialist. When the government started to socialize industries in the country, his family began to reconsider their place in Pakistan.
My grandfather, who had been in the United States before, he said to him that you need to leave, and he actually had already a 5-year visa in the 60s, but never availed it because he had really a great opportunity in Pakistan. But when that happened, it just basically was a sign from God that, it's really time to move on.
After moving in 1973 to Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and working for a year in the paper industry, Taseer's father sent for the whole family. A few years later, everyone relocated to upstate New York. And in 1981, they moved again, this time to Houston, where Taseer would discover a talent for business, starting with a paper route when he was 8 years old.
I wanted to be able to go to the movies when I wanted to, and I wanted to just have my own independence, and I like people. I just love people, and the paper was fun. It seemed like it was a job because you didn't have to be 16 to be a paper boy those days.
But Taseer was just getting his feet wet as an entrepreneur. At 15, he started a lawn mowing and landscaping business with a friend and a hired crew.
My dad had bought a little pickup truck for his own use, and I quickly kind of hijacked it and used it to, we started mowing, cutting grass, doing landscaping, sprinkler systems. I was like 14, 15, and then all the way up till I was like 18, we did really, really well. So I learned that at a very young age that everyone's different, and customer satisfaction is important. Responsibility, while other kids were out in summer, all day long on their mopeds or driving around, we were working, but we had fun too.
Something else Taseer was very good at was baseball and tennis. He was a star player on his high school tennis team, making the varsity squad as a freshman. His skills were so developed that he won a tennis scholarship to A&M.
Tennis is a game of chess. That's what business is too. It's always hedging down the road of mitigating risk, but also having to hit that winner sometimes, or hit it out of reach where no one, makes a comeback. Because if you're down, you got to make a big push and take that risk. So there is a lot of similarities that I've used, and I still play competitive tennis today in club level, so it kind of keeps me sharp.
In college, Taseer continued his fascination with building new enterprises. He started a toner company that drop-shipped product to customers around the country, putting away nearly $250,000 by the end of college. When he graduated with a degree in finance and entrepreneurship, he set his sights on New York and started working for Morgan Stanley Dean Witter.
New York's expensive. You learn the art of enjoying things that are minimalistic. But that's the charm, too, of not having any money in that town and trying to make it, because it's just like the song says, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Taseer would move back to Houston in 1996 for Morgan Stanley, but quickly decided he wanted to start a business of his own.
I think I was 23, and it was, obviously a lot of people leave the big wirehouse, we call them. Wirehouse meaning like a Morgan Stanley in their, mid-30s, mid-40s. I did it at a very, very early age.
Taseer's new company, ZT Global Investments, was a traditional retail brokerage, but he soon learned where he needed to make it different.
A lot of dentists and physicians were coming out of school, and I had a good name in the South Asian community. So a lot of these doctors, parents would say, go see Taseer, maybe he knows somebody who knows a bank who can get you a loan to start your practice, etc., etc. Started financing business, negotiating their hospital guarantees, figuring out, what equipment they need, modeling out business plans for them.
The outcome of this evolution was a set of new companies vertically organized to allow physicians to invest in what they know and understand: surgical hospitals, imaging centers, and sleep centers.
Well, ZT Wealth is the investment banking group or portfolio manager that gave birth to Altus. It's the parent company, the funding source, and that's where a lot of our clients sit that help fund our private equity instruments. and our number one private equity instruments in healthcare, which is Altus Healthcare System. We only do things that we control, so that ZT controls vertically. So we not only invest in these companies, we actually run and operate them. So between the two companies, we have over 1,000 employees today. We have about 200 million in revenues, and started with one employee.
Taseer has not forgotten his roots as that one employee. He gives back to local charities each year through the city's largest black tie event, Toast to Living Well. And he has also formed the Altus Foundation for Indigent Care.
I think within our business, it's just so many people that get turned away for healthcare. And we make a living on it, so why not give back to it? And we do know firsthand that the money's going to the right places, so it seemed like a logical choice. I had good parents that prayed a lot. I knew that we had good karma. We always did the right thing by people. So I knew that I'd be okay, but I didn't know at that extent when I was throwing papers. Money doesn't drive me to do the right thing. It is whatever the right thing is. That's very important to me. That's in trust, coming through. I always tell people, he was known to come through. And that's number one that I want to be remembered for.